Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I'm up again today with more from Eiffel store. So two sets of stamps and two dies, and the first set of stamps that I'm showing you is I'm going to be using this clock one. Love all of those inky painty splashes, and also using this sentiment here. So basically all of these elements, that word, and then this piece, and then also the music stamp, which is really lovely, nice and big. And to go with those, I've made this one up to show you just to save time, and I believe that's a trombone. If it's not, tell me off and tell me down below. And paired that up with the music stamp. And then for this one, a bit of a homage to, Alice in Wonderland. And I thought clocks and a steampunk rabbit. So those are the ones that we're going to make. This is the one that I've already made. So I'm going to show you that so you can have a look. And it stamps absolutely beautifully. Now I've done my musical instrument. Yeah, I'm playing it safe now. In what's it called? I keep it on my desk. Cosmic Shimmer Metallic Gilding. So that's what I've used, and if you get a pot of that, it will last you for years. So keep it tightly screwed down so it doesn't go hard on you. So I've used some of that, a little bit of black distress crayon, and just very simply stuck it down on that stamp. Now I've got all kinds of shadows and darkness going on in my room, so I hope you can see that. It's a fabulous size, and this card is 4¼ by 4¼ So that's my first one, and I'll move that out of the way because we're going to be doing the bunny one. Right, so first of all, I have done my card base, and I want you to see how beautifully that stamp stamps. Isn't that gorgeous? So vintage. And as I said, I'll place that down so you can see it. And I've used like the coffee ring and all of the splashes. The word timeless I put up there. So it's the bunny rabbit now that we're going to make, and we're going to pop it onto there. So I'm going to move those out of the way. Right, so first things first, I am going to just move that for a second and put my scruffy mat down because we're going to do some inking. Now, rather than do my steampunk metallic, I've decided I'm going to use hickory smoke and lost shadow. So, kind of sticking in with the white rabbit theme, but not totally white. And then doing all the gears and stuff using the hickory smoke. So I've got my two blending tools, and that one's hickory smoke because it's darker. So I'm going to have those ready to go. Make sure I put the correct doodah on next to each one, and I've already done my die cutting. So I'm just going to pick this up, and I've got lots of circular bits that popped out, so I don't know where they go, but I'm decided I'm going to keep them just in case. But for my rabbit, it's going to be in the lost shadow, so I need to decide which bits is which, so to speak. So I'm just going to put that there. I've got my wax tip pickup tool. These are super cheap on AliExpress, and I would advise anyone who can to get one. And if you can afford an even better one, get a better one. I think these are about $3 or $4 for 10, and this one, you just sharpen it up as it gets, gunky, just like a pencil. And you'll find that they will break, but you can just keep pushing them backwards and forwards inside the sleeve like a pencil. So, that's no big deal for me. But I think this one has lasted me 4 years and started off about that long. So, and I've still got lots left to go. And you can see I've almost worn all the wrapper off. But anyway, I have done it in white cardstock. So I'm going to go in with my lost shadow, and I'm going to do the whole body in lost shadow. So I'm just going in there with my blendy tool. and I'm getting loads on. I'm just going to start off at the tail end, and this is one of those colours that you can't really see until it goes onto your white. Well, you can see it slightly there because you can see the white tone difference. But I'm just thinking about Alice in Wonderland here, and I did even wonder whether I should have put it on some blue gingham. I think that would have looked quite nice. Whoops. Bending up my bunny tail. Right, so that is all covered. I'm trying to get some clarity in my camera. There we go. There we go. Ah, yes. Right, I'm just going to clean that up and I'll be right back. Right, so I cleaned up, and those are my bunny bits. I forgot to do these on camera. The little leg pieces. So I've done those in the colour that they are supposed to be. Well, at least I hope I have. We will find out. Right, so I'm going to pop those down there because everything else now is going to be done in hickory smoke. So just really easy. Anything that looks mechanical, like this one, has got a dot that goes with it. So I'm kind of keeping those together, and as I said, I've got lots of little dots here. That's the pipe work, and then we've got to kind of figure out how it goes together. But I'm pretty sure, you know, that these go into the embossed sections that you can see here. So that bit is pretty easy, and I think that might be the eye. So I think I'm going to pop that up there and leave that white, because it might be that I'll put a darker dot in the middle just to make it stand out. Right, so my little dots, I'll just do those off camera, but I'll do one in hickory smoke just to show you the nice colour contrast. So just get the lid off there. I'm going into here. I'm just loading it up, saturate it with colour. And let's get that big gear done. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I'm kind of wanting to be fantasy steampunk rather than dark and dingy steampunk. Right, I'm going to finish off my little bits in hickory smoke and I'll be right back. Right, so I've got hickory smoke on all of my bits and pieces, and they're drying there. And these are my bunny bits. That is the eye, and I'm pretty sure that is the pupil. And I've decided to keep these white. I do apologise about that. I had to pause for a minute while I sneezed. Yeah, a lot of pollen in the air. Right, so we need to decide how these go together. But as I'm pretty sure that that is the eye, then I'm going to stick my eye bit together first. I did drop the camera down, and I'm really hoping that you can see. I don't feel that I've got a very clear picture at the moment. Put my hand in there, give it something to focus on. I mean, these autofocus cameras are just awful. Yeah. Well, I think that's probably about as good as I'm going to get at the moment. So anyway, I'm putting a dot of glue onto there, a teeny weeny dot, and capping my bottle. Couldn't actually see it then. And I'm picking up the pupil, and I'm going to pop it right in the centre. Right, I believe that's how it goes. So we've now got an eyeball, but I'm looking at my rabbit and I'm wondering if it shouldn't have a little bit of hickory smoke going around it. So I might just pick that up and do a little edge. Darken it up just a wee bit. Bit of shade in the tail. A little bit of shadow down by the feet. Even though these are going to get covered up, but you know. Sometimes it's the little things. So I have got a little bit of shadow there. I'm going to put a little bit of shadow behind its ear. There. Don't know if you can see that. I think you'll probably see it a lot better when it goes onto its white background. So now we've got to decide how on earth does it go together. I'm going to go with the pipes first. That's what I'm going to do. And I need to know that I've got them in the right place. So I'm kind of picking them up and having a look at the shapes that I've got. So I think that's the second one. Got it stuck to my finger. And then we've got this one. And then there's 2 bits left. So that's the one that goes here. And that's the one that goes there. So I'm going in with my pipes. Just putting little dots of glue. I think that should do it. Should be easy enough to do. Because you can see all of your little embossed areas. And while you've still got a little bit of work time, you can just move those into place. I'm thinking that perhaps, you know, I have a little more work time than some people because of my humidity here. And then we've got our curved one, which goes there. Slide that into place. And then we've got this one, which I think goes that way around. And then I'm just going to slide that one. Pop it there. Right, so now we've got the pipe bits onto the body. I'm going to go with, I don't know. I think there's a huge cog that goes here. This is where you have to start arranging things. And then there's this sort of like mechanical leg piece that goes here. And then I'm pretty sure that's the, yeah, that one's the front leg. And then this one is the little piece of back foot. So you kind of start looking at them as to, you know, how they all piece together. So I'm pretty sure that those go there. So first thing I'm going to do is go down with the cog. Yeah, I'll get my glue. But of course with steampunk you can quite literally put your stuff wherever you want to. As long as you end up with a nice mechanical finish, that's basically all you need to do. Now I'm putting just the glue on the inside in case I have to tuck anything under those front cogs. But I'm going to go about there. I'm doing it from memory, so I think that's about right. And then if I need to get anything underneath it, I can. And then that bit glues onto there, because I can see that shape there still. And that's a loose floating bit, so I made sure that I got glue onto that. You got to wiggle it into that shape there. It could be that cog needs to go higher up, but I don't know. I'm going to leave it like that. Or it could even go lower down. So making a nice mess. Yeah, I'm going to lower it slightly, and I'll go for that. And then I've got the rabbit's back leg. I'm going to place that onto there and have it there. See if I need to slide that one in. I know that not everybody likes steampunk, but it's quite fascinating when you get into looking at clockwork type things. Now, while I've got my lid off my glue, I'm going to pop the eye in. Which goes there. Sliding it into its embossed area. And then I'm looking here, and I've got a piece that slots into there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly piece a couple of items and run off and glue them just to save you time. So I'm putting them there so that you can see where they go. Well, I'll glue those two and I'll come straight back. Right, so I've done that, and you can get it close up here. Oh, that's better. Right, so I've got those bits on, and the next bit, and this is why I didn't glue the cog down, has got to go in between here. So if I just bend my rabbit slightly, I can get that in. Right, so that piece goes onto there, and I'm trying to think. I think this piece goes here, and then we've got large pieces. So I think that one goes here, and that's the dot that fell out of it, so that's got to go back in. And then I think this piece just goes in between here and kind of mingles in and turns those cogs. So basically, take a look at that, how I've just done that, and that's how that goes. So I'll go away and glue it just to save time, and I'll be right back. Right, so that is the little bunny so far. Now I've got lots of little white dots that I saved up. Now you could do them in black if you wanted to. I'm actually going to just leave mine white and kind of try and discover where I could use them, because they're all in different sizes. So I just really want to add a few highlights. So I think I'm going to go onto this piece here, because I'm pretty sure that I've got 3 that are similar size. I'm going to go the legs as well, and I'm just going to put my cap back in. It's really hard for me to actually see the hole where it goes in, so I just kind of try and guide it in with my finger. You can tell I'm not really chatting much today because I'm concentrating. So I'm going to go 1 there, trying to find 3 that are the same size. Push those down flat, because I think they make a nice contrast. And then I'm going to go here with that one, push it down, and then I'm going to grab this one and pop it there. And I've got a few more, so I think I'm just going to dot 1 more, and I'm going to do it right in the middle of this cog. Oh, I've got 1 there as well. I'm going to put 1 there. So I'm going to go for the largest one that I've got, and slide that over without getting my hands in too much glue. And then I'll go for a small one just down there. And I'm going to have to move that and pick my rabbit up because it's looking really distorted on camera. Ooh, and you can see I'm totally out there, so I'll slide that and give it a squeeze. Isn't that cute? And then of course if we bring in our background, that kind of focuses the camera a bit more. You can kind of get where I'm coming from, that you've got the white rabbit and the clock, you know, and I'm late for a very important date. Now you could, if you wanted to, put foam on that and make it dimensional, but because I'm kind of doing a set with the musical instrument that I've done, I'm just going to glue mine down flat. So just a little bit of glue here and there. And I just want to stick it right down at the bottom, as close to central as I can. And I'm going to go there. And hopefully now that it's against the white background, you can see that little bit of shading that I did earlier. Right, let's pick that up. How close we can go. There we go. A little bit of focus. Isn't that nice? I love that. I mean, you could totally put that on a blue gingham background. And that is the other one that I made. So it's a set of two today, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. I've had a lot of requests for those fish, so let's stamp them and colour those fish tomorrow. Have an awesome day. As usual, all links below. Bye.